Every comedian's nightmare is like, well, then fuck you anyway, sir. You're a bitch. And they're like, so anyways, I'm talking to my mom. We're having a bagel and my mom loves bagels. You guys like bagels? And before you know it, a fucking scissor lift comes up behind you. It was like watching a fucking cartoon. This episode is sponsored by Honda. Just joking, it's sponsored by
D's.
D's?
D's nuts, dude.
D's gonna love this. D is the owner, operator, human being that makes the product of who we're sponsored by, which is called A Piece That Remains. So when somebody passes away, what do you do when someone passes away, Robert? What do you do? What's your personal experience?
Oh, man.
You better turn this into something that works for the ad.
Well, I want to think of them and remember them and all the fond things. And sometimes some of those physical, tangible, memorial, you don't want to just make a shrine. You know what I mean? I think like getting their hair, maybe collecting their receipts, hoarding all of their blankets. No, I don't know. There's a way to remember them that I think is tangible and beautiful. And they can do that for you. They can help you make it even more personal and memorable, which is rad. And like putting that personal touch. I mean, it is beautiful. Last time we did an insane ad read, and I just said D's nuts, so I feel bad.
No, dude, it'll help the audience remember. Like they'll be Googling D's nuts, and then they'll be like,
what those shirts with the like back in the day that all the big boys wore, like everyone that wore like a 4X, like they all sported D's nuts.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I saw truck nuts for Christmas trees. I mean, I love stuff like that. Wait, what were we talking about? A piece that remains. That's right. Good, doing it in sync. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good stuff there. All right. So a piece that remains. What Dee does is she takes things from your loved ones. Many times it's something very personal, physical, like their ashes. She puts them into jewelry or like beautiful jewelry too. Like she's an artist. I think the most important thing too that what she does is like everything, forget the physical particles that we're all made out of, that everything's made out of. That's great and all. And it's a very big mystery, maybe the biggest mystery. But the heart and soul, the non-physical, that Dee actually cares. She's a sensitive, wonderful human being. And when you send her these things, you're basically becoming part of a beautiful process of saving something that this loved one has into a more permanent. I mean, how permanent? The sun's going to explode in like 500 million years. So like, let's not get too cocky with the nature of reality, but like it's going to like live on through your life and you can pass it on until humans just become AI. Was that a good ad read, Dee?
That was great.
Did we do a good?
I will concur. I will,
you'll concur on that, motherfucker?
Yeah, I will, motherfucker.
Let's put the Oh, can I present you with a little gift real quick?
Oh, surely.
I'm so excited about this. This is so freaking rad.
Whoa! What the heck? Whoa!
It's a coaster. It says Road Dog Robert on the back. I wrote that.
Oh man!
I do calligraphy.
Gosh, dude, that is so great. I could put my Dr. Pepper on here, man. That's fucking great.
Oh
dude.
Yeah, dude. Keep drinking that Dr. Pepper. It's good. It doesn't have autofocus anymore. I took it off.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Focus.
Well,
so now you have to hold it in the focus range, like right here. There you go,
dude. Very cool.
So now we both have one.
Oh man.
Dude, there's Screen by Bowers, Angela Bowers on there, our little road dog. Oh man.
Oh, dude.
Come out, guys. Wednesday nights.
I know Wednesdays, man. It's been a lot of fun building up this show in Pasadena. What a great place to really exercise our comedic souls, you know. I mean, we've had some pretty fun shows, dude. It's about 5 shows in now. I think we've been doing.
Oh yeah, dude. This week coming up.
Crazy.
This week coming up in what is it? What are we in July?
Yeah,
July. Is it 10th? Is the next one?
Yes,
July 10th. We got a freaking awesome lineup. By the way, the lineups have been getting they've been solid since the beginning.
Yeah,
we got great road dogs since the beginning. I'm so excited. The lineup's freaking phenomenal.
Next one is pretty solid, dude.
Dude, last one we had people from America's Got Talent, Comedy Central, and then this week we got. Do we have some Kill Tony people on it this week, or who do we have? Either way, just cruise out, dude. It's a badass show, and the venue is Barney's Beanery in Pasadena, which is a classic bar place that we've been going. Angela and I used to do stand up there back in the day. and now we brought the show back.
Yeah, this week I think we have people from what's that show where they're in prison in like Portugal or whatever, or like
Survivor,
or like Argentina, or they're
Dirty
like,
Jobs.
one of those.
Micro would go to Argentina and be like, "You run an? Oh no, it's only in America, right?" There's actual prisoners from Argentina that are going to be at our show. Maybe be careful. Be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful if you come this week because there's going to be
escaped
Argentinian prisoners.
I mean, hey,
that's how you market the show. Do you like danger? Are you able to take a couple of shivs to the kids without worrying about it? I can get through this. Then next week is your show,
dude. Hey, it'll be fun. I mean, they can laugh, but yes, you may get shanked and robbed, but
it's Pasadena. You're fine as long as you stay out of the alleyway behind the show. You're fine. You're fine. It's good. Pasadena, dude.
And what's going to happen in an alleyway in Pasadena? It may, know.
Sometimes some good stuff.
Yeah.
But I've also had a few crazy people chase me around and say crazy, scary things to me. So I'm just saying be careful. It might be the people that'll be at the show next week, the Argentinian prisoners. The first show, I was on stage warming up the audience, we kind of start hosting. And I got there early and there were people already kind of waiting for the show. So I was like,
yeah,
I wish it's a blessing. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite things about the show now because it's happened, I think 3 times at least.
The Scottish folks.
Oh, the Scottish. Yeah, the Scots. I thought you were talking about my uncle. No, I have Uncle Scott. He's a great dude. No, there's people just chilling and they're like hanging out. And I got there and I was like, hey, you guys want us to do like a few minutes before? We'll do like a pre-show for you guys. And everybody always unanimously goes like, hell yeah. So I'm like riffing and you could see the alleyway behind the show because it's on this balcony in the back corner of this old red brick building. And you're like 2 very tall stories up. So like, I'll be like looking over the balcony. I'll be like, hey sir, hey ma'am, hey, you got to come up. We got a great comedy show. And as Robert has witnessed so many times in our friendship, sometimes I talk to crazy people without realizing like, oh, you're not someone I should invite to anything. Like the guy that fell asleep at the first show. They're like, John, why'd you give that guy a flyer? He should be at a methadone clinic. Well, I started riffing on this like kind of a middle-aged kind of bro-y contractor looking guy. And he didn't laugh. That's how you know someone's like really busy at work when they don't laugh at a guy like me roasting them in a friendly manner. No holds barred. I'm not being, I'm just being fun and silly. And he was like serious. And I was like, all right. So then since I like to dance with the devil, I riffed on him more, which has almost got me killed probably 20 times in my life, on stage and off. And then I forget about it. And I continue doing my stuff to the audience and we're having a great time. I shit you not, out of the left corner of my eye, I see a dude on a scissor lift come up almost next to me on the balcony. It was the guy.
Ooh,
it was
Lord.
Terrifying, dude. Do you not remember that? I was like, dude, Robert, you're not going to believe what just fucking happened. He was on a fucking scissor lift. Like every comedian's nightmare is like, well, then fuck you anyway, sir. You're a bitch. And they're like, so anyways, I'm talking to my mom. We're having a bagel and my mom loves bagels. You guys like bagels? And before you know it, a fucking scissor lift comes up behind you. It was like watching a fucking cartoon. Like I was like, oh my God. Yeah,
this was Wednesday.
Great. This was I want to say it was like the first or second show.
It was the first show.
It wasn't this show. This last show, the people that were there early was Chasing Rainbows is her name. She owns a Native American store in Pasadena called Chasing Rainbows. And her fiance, Peter, and then their friend, I forgot her name. She looked like a lesbian version of my great-grandmother. Not joking.
She looked like my lesbian aunt a little bit.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, we got one common denominator. She looked like a
Velma from
I thought we were going to say it in sync, lesbian, and then we were going to say founded by the Nazis. Okay, but anyways, you got to come out to the show on Wednesday nights.
Speaking of Argentinian prison,
that's right. Oh yeah, dude, that's where a lot of Nazis.
Argentina.
A lot of Nazis escaped to Argentina for some odd reason, but I think that's why you see some of those beautiful European/Latin models coming out of there that are about the age that you'd be if you were birthed in Argentina in like 1948.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, this is like a hot 70-year-old. This bit isn't working. I can't do it. I can't do it on stage.
Josephine Maria Gerbils is pretty beautiful. She's
Esmeralda Gerbils.
Esmeralda Gerbils.
Dude, that's so fucking funny. Rosalie Mengele, the new model from Argentina. She has pale porcelain skin and beautiful Latin facial features. Okay, I don't know why I want to do a Frenchman because the Frenchmen love it. He's like, hey, I relocated too. If your daddy was a Nazi, I can get over it with those thighs. Okay, let me see those armpits. The French love to have sex with armpits. I learned from a porno I borrowed when I was a kid.
There's a funny French porno that I've seen a clip of where a man who resembles Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No,
Nick?
But keep going. I'm loving it already.
Ours, Nick showed us. But,
fuck me, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. It's like they're in Prague or something, and he's like making faces, and then the next thing they show him making more faces. I don't know without being completely just disgusting. I mean, he looks like Robin Williams, and he makes a face when he finishes, and it's very funny because it's really animated, and he's got like hairy arms like him and a face. He's like, and it was in one of those old E-Bombs World like funny porn sites.
Oh, dude, do you remember E-Fucked?
That's
E-Fucked
it.
was so
E-Fucked
great.
is it's not for the squeamish. You don't want to be eating.
Yeah, don't watch. It's not even not safe for work. It's like not safe for people that have like some form of like video watching ethic.
Yeah,
it's not snuff porn. It's legal stuff, but it's like, okay, so we were watching it. Me, my wife, and Kamel were watching it on the couch when my brother came over and introduced us to who's now his wife, who is like a very she's from a very like square, nice Mexican family.
Yeah,
so they don't see stuff like this.
Yeah.
Oh, and like we were like, guys, come in, you gotta watch this. And we were watching like the screaming orgasm compilation.
Oh my Lord.
And like Lupe sits down on the couch, like literally we were just meeting her and we're like, Kamel, me and Liz are sitting on the couch like, dude, right? And she's just like, okay, whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that compilation too, screaming orgasms? Dude. It's just people going while they're coming. And
and it's very silly.
And it just hard cuts to all these different like 80s and 70s and
dropping loads. That guy, catchphrase.
God.
Now, do you think about that? Dropping loads that was a catchphrrise of a porn star.
Is it not still a catchphrase?
Well, now the twah girl. What is it? The
Hawk Tuah.
Hawk Tuah. Like that is literally that. More people know about that than have seen The Godfather.
Can I ask you something, Robert? Do you think that the algorithm literally just picked that up automatically, or do you think someone is hitting levers deciding like this is good? Or do you think it's like? Do you think the CIA is doing a psyops where they're like, let's see like how far we can push it that we can like put something that just goes viral that doesn't really have much. Like, I don't even know, like these people saying it's so hot. I'm like, what's so hot? Someone spitting on your cock is that hot? Like, we're all adults here. I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. Don't stop spitting on cocks.
No, we're not saying that.
We do not want to be the podcast.
No. Yeah,
we end up we get death threats from people like, those are the guys that stop people from spitting on cocks and like, get them. You know, like we don't want to become the guys that tell people.
Spit.
Yeah, we're not anti-Hawk Tuah. Mazel tov. Good luck to her. She won it's kind of like a lottery that you win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she seems charismatic, so she's gonna get some form of like, she'll be at the next
skin cream or
I could see her like
or dental, maybe like dental dam. I don't know, like
dental stuff.
Yeah, maybe like floss or something or mouthwash.
I mean, I could just see her
mouthwash.
I could see her being like a correspondent on something, Like she's good at the microphone in public.
President of the United States of America, maybe. I don't know. We'll
Honestly,
see. At this point,
she's probably less dangerous than the insane people we currently have that want to be president of the United States. Hawk Tuah for president? Yeah. That shirt's already been made though. Don't go to Etsy so fast and start an account. That's been. But do you think that like that was like an organic like algorithm picked it up and everyone shared it and loved it?
No, I think that they've probably been bombing someone that we don't know about yet.
And that was the distraction. Yeah, we'll find out about the drone strikes after.
Yeah.
What did Hawk Tuah block?
Yeah, well, I'm sure
more Yemen bomb strikes, huh,
dude?
Yeah. They've been bombing Yemen forever. I'm like, are we mad at Yemen or like I have a friend who's a Yemenite. We both do, Mike Eshak, and he's pretty nice. So there's no way the Yemenites are doing anything that we got to bomb them for, right?
Yeah,
that's my take on international politics. I'm like, I either like you or don't like you by one friend that I have. I got a friend from there. He's a dick. They're probably up to something. but Yemen, I know one dude who's Yemenite and he's fucking awesome. He's like one of the sweetest, most amazing guys ever. So they must be the best people ever. And we got to get out of conflict with them. That's how I solve all geopolitics. Dude. You stole my parking space? Fuck you. We're going to war. You help me fucking jumpstart my car? Anything your country needs, just let us know. Let us know right now.
I feel the same way. I mean, what I have to say that is, yeah, man.
Actually, Mike would like that because he loves like
The
He loves wordplay.
Oh, cool.
He has like I think his podcast is called like Public Yemeni, and it's like it's the same font as Public Enemy. It's like Public Yemeni.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Dude, yeah, dude. So he would love that.
Hey, what sign are you? Yemeni? There we go, dude.
I seriously didn't know you were going to riff that. I thought that was a serious thing. What sign are you? I'm a Yemaquarius, actually.
Oh man,
what sign are you?
I'm a
Yematarius.
Yeah,
I almost said
I'm a
Vegetarius.
libertarian, dude.
Oh God. Yeah, great. That seems like that would work. Yeah, just let everyone do what they want. I'm a romantic libertarian. I would like everyone to be able to do what they want, but I'm like, practically speaking.
Yeah, I know. Dude, it is when you because I think about it too. I'm like, dude, I need help sometimes. You know what I mean? I need someone to set up like you need someone with the. You need those safety lane when you're bowling. You know what I'm saying? You need someone to kind of. We
safety
live
net,
with
a social safety net.
Yeah, because we live together. We have to live in this. It can't just be like. It can't also be like no. You know, but it's also just. I don't know. The world is crazy. Too many. America is nuts. There's too many different people with different ideas of what it should be. So it's just never going to be on the, especially with everyone being separated.
That's a blessing, Robert. There's too many people with different ideas. You want to be in somewhere like.
Well, it's just listening to a podcast on Saddam Hussein's life, and I could totally see how living in a place where you don't have a choice, it's kind of shitty.
I just love that as a segue into it. Well, I was just listening to a podcast in Saddam Hussein's life.
yeah, dude. You know what? I got a little commentary on Saddam Hussein. He seemed like his name should have been Saddam Insane Hussein, dude. Holy smokes, Batman. He was a gangster ass dude. Dude, you know how gangster Saddam Hussein was? He right when he got into power, he literally he would tap people on the shoulder that would shit on him when he was rising up.
And that was showing his
when he was an open
mic,
when he was an open micer, a host, and a feature. You know all the shit he got from the other guys. When he got to headliner status, dude, he just instantly had a meeting. We had all these guys get together and like a fucking scary just king. He had one guy tapped on the shoulder. He basically set them up to be like, hey. Just so you know, everyone who shit on me is going to die now. You're fucked. And so he had one guy tap on the shoulder and they leave. And there was one guy that survived. He's 30 years later. They interviewed him and he said it was the most. He's still like
shaken up by it.
He'll shake when he remembers that meeting.
I mean,
So living in a place like America where we can actually think and do things differently is nice. And that's why I know people that are from those places, like that guy in Austin that was from Iraq. He was talking about how he was shot. He had to escape all this stuff just to be in America. And then we were in Austin where Americans, they were like, he's like, yes, they complained about not being able to drink and drive on Mondays or whatever. Like there's some street for these drunk Americans. It's like everyone doesn't realize how amazing we have it here with that stuff. Like just being able to.
I think a lot of people do actually. I just think that the loudest voices don't. And I think it's good that people are complaining.
Yeah.
You know the squeakiest bird gets fed, I think is the saying. You know,
True.
Like you got to say like we want this. But I think if you complain, too much, and you forget like, hey, like complaining is like when you get older, you're like, okay, maybe the bratty kid gets everything because they complain. But at some point, people start going like, hey, are you contributing to this, or do you just complain because like my hands are dirty and my back is hurting because I'm working, and so you can't live like that either. So we got to have a balance of it. But yeah, I mean, God knows pray that we never turn into an insane dictatorship like any of those places because, when the humanity gets sucked out of it, or maybe that's still humanity is just being a little brat fascist dictator is part of humanity, right?
Well,
but when you go to that kind of modus operandi, it's gnarly, bro.
Well, I mean, I love that you threw Latin in there, but I think when there is,
so we can stay on camera.
But unte on the pornogay, dude. I don't know. I was trying to riff some Latin that I don't know, but
hey, we look like we're almost the same height the way you're sitting. That's beautiful.
Oh man, cool.
Thank you for doing that.
I did it.
It's like you're afraid that I'm a dictator and you don't want to insult me with your height.
I could see that the Shefsky movie. You're like, because there was a Saddam Hussein movie, and I guess when they screened it for him, he was pissed off because they show him in pain because he was shot.
That's the only Hollywood thing that's more scary to show than Hollywood people. Like they won't just ruin your career and life here. Like
they made him re-edit a scene where he cries when he was shot.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, where he's like, I laughed and smiled at the pain, and I want everyone to see me be strong.
That's such a weird thing.
And that's actually what happened with.
What a weird bug in the programming of humanity that's who like rises to the top a lot of times. You know, it's just so weird and I can't believe I can understand that personality exists. The bigger thing is like the obsession over that and the excitement over it is like weird because they're like, don't you like pretty quickly go like, oh, that's cool, like that's cute and all, but like we're looking for that over there, and a lot of people are just like, no, that's the, and you're like, okay, and I'm humble enough to say maybe you're seeing something I'm not, but I don't know.
I'm just
gonna stay in my lane.
Yeah.
Anybody want to go get some sushi? Because the rest of it's like I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is.
We got so political on this episode that I'm so fucking like happy that like the 4th of July is like us saying like we fucking love America, and also like but like from a really complicated people standpoint, you know, like I know a comedian who was from Iraq, so I love America, and I'm like I know a Yemeni guy, he's the best, and then you go like so happy 4th, y'alls. Hey, did you want to talk about like I thought you were going to tell us a little bit about roads, and I feel like I took us off the road, which is what I do. I grew up in the 909. You know, like all I want to do is drive in the dirt. Like,
yeah, dude.
What happened? Tell me about the roads.
Well, let's do it. I mean, I didn't mean to go down that road of speaking of dictators, but it is interesting. It's fascinating. And I think human beings have gone down many roads. And right now, we're about to finish the most dangerous roads in the world. Maybe
the most dangerous roads in the world. Take me home to the Road Dogs podcast or Barney's Pasadena on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. We've been started about 8:40, by the way. Just so
8:40. When we get things cooking, right? 8:45.
9 is when the show is, what do they call it? Popping?
Popping.
Was that what the kids say? It's popping? It slaps. It slaps at 9. Is that supposed to be like how
no
butt
cap,
cheeks still
dude.
slap
It slaps,
together?
dude. No cap. Yeah. Yeah, no fap is when you're, yeah.
Oh, there is a no fap rule like during the show, by the way, if anyone's watching it, now that Robert said that little people need to know that there's no fap rule. Are we doing, is it drink time?
It is drink time.
We really need some hydration.
Because we're about to read a little bit here, read some really interesting facts.
My cup from Cole. This is my cup, dude.
Yeah, dude. So look, we've got some crazy dangerous roads here. We spoke of a few of them on the last pod, but I think it's fun to gradually read through this because this is supposed to get worse and worse. The last road we left off, hundreds of people died on this road. We're gonna get to a little notch on the road belt here that's a little more insane. I guess it's number 16 on our most dangerous roads.
Sweet 16.
Ring Road, Kabul to Kandahar. Location, Afghanistan. Length, 300 miles.
If it's not dangerous enough in Afghanistan. Yeah, there's ISIS running in Afghanistan right now. You're like,
I don't know. Is ISIS partying?
I was wrong again about history or world politics. Damn it! I just got to keep my mouth shut. I thought ISIS was in charge of Afghanistan. I saw. I saw a flag on the back of a fucking Wrangler, and it said something like that. Shit.
Oh no, you're right. I think. Well, they did take like.
You can trust those flags, right?
Yes.
Will the flags educate us, or will they continue to educate us?
I think that flags. Yeah, that's how people are getting their education these days. Is bumper stickers. Huge potholes and craters. Banditry, lack of law enforcement. The ring road from Kabul to Kandahar is perhaps the most drivable section of a circular highway system that stretches throughout the interior of Afghanistan for 1,400 miles. Although this section of the ring road...
1,400 miles, huh?
Yeah, dude. Long time, man.
It's a shitty road that's really long. 1,400 miles that's a ways, dude.
Well, I guess it's passable.
Are they going to get a bullet train soon?
Yes, they are to Vegas, from Kabul to Vegas.
Dude, that's so. Oh, dude, wasn't there Islamabad's one of the cities in Afghanistan? Right, I remember that name.
Is that really a name?
I think Islamabad's one of the cities. Cause I remember watching that on the news. I think it's in Afghanistan.
Is that just like a town of like Islam robots? That'd be badass.
Islamabots?
That's what I thought you said. Yeah, Islamabots.
No, dude. We talked about robots in the last episode. We cannot bring up robots again. If we're redundant, dude, these people are going to be pissed, and they deserve better.
Well, we're going to give them something fresh here because it's got many deep potholes, the damage from the
strikes,
improvised exploding devices, and drone strikes when the U.S. military controlled the country for 20 years. There's also much traffic on this stretch of the ring road. 18-wheel trucks, buses, and cars regularly tundle over the road, causing damage to it.
Do you say tundle or tumble?
Trundle. That may be
like a bed that folds out. I mean, I could see that being like a visual metaphor for some sort of accident. They did a trundle crash, like a truck falls over, and then the thing comes out like on the side of it. And you're like,
rumble,
it's like a
rumble, rumble.
Oh, keep those truckies trumble. Afghanistan, Delirious Road.
Ring road.
Yeah.
So I guess the construction crews can only work on the road if there's money for repairs, which can be difficult to obtain in a poor country, and only if work crews are escorted by heavily armed guards.
I love how they always have like a king in like a beautiful palace. And you're like, hey, you got any money for schools? Like, nothing. You got to send us rice for these people. And they're like eating these feasts with the big old, like the chicken on it, the full roasted chicken with the thing in its mouth. Actually, that's a pig usually. Do you ever put things in chicken's mouth when you roast them, like in the Renaissance fair stuff?
I've never done that. Have you done that? If you put I don't
put anything in a chicken's mouth. I pet a chicken and then I felt guilty that I eat them all the time.
Oh, I know.
I hate that feeling.
I know people that have had chicken coops and they're like, dude, I just gave up chicken until they died.
I have a friend that grew up, half of his family's from Iran. The other half is from Colombia. And he told me like whenever he would visit his family in Colombia, like he hung out with, because we were in Texas together and he was like picking up chickens at this house we were at and just petting them. And I was like, dude, you're like so much about. I was asking him questions about chickens, and he knows all this shit about them. Eats a ton of protein too.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I feel like people avoid knowing some of those fat because it's like almost you don't want to think about where it comes from. So that's me.
Dude,
it's denial.
Every day is like a weird wrestle in my head. It's like that. It's probably one of the most common inner discussions I have. It's about how much I love meat.
Yeah,
and how I'm like, if there's actually take all religious texts out of this, if there's actually a sin out there, like factory farming, you're like, they're not as intelligent as humans, but they are consciousness, Yeah. And if you interact with them, you're like, that might be like the one main sin, besides how awful we are to each other as humans. But like the second down the list is like, oh, like eating these fucking things, and having the knowledge and ability to like satiate without it.
Dude, I remember this.
It's such a weird crime, but I'm not saying anything against it. I eat meat all the time. Barbecue is one of my favorites. My brother gets lechon for every event, so we have a full fucking roasted pig in front of us. But I still like every day in my head have at least one conversation like, what the fuck? I'll be like showering, and you're like scrubbing your hair, and you're like, is that the sin? Is that the thing? Is that is this the thing? Like, are we creating like a hell for the? You know what I mean? And obviously, you're a vegan watching this. You're like, yes, you are. We're the worst. But like, I'm just saying, in a contemplative state, it's fucking crazy. But also, dude, brisket, fuck, dude. Like, what if brisket was made from humans? Would we just rationalize the same way? Like, well, we gotta eat.
I mean, if it's good enough, dude. I've had some good brisket, dude. I don't care if it's made from Benjamin,
Yeah, that's right. Franklin's.
Yeah.
Franklin's barbecue.
Yeah. No, that's probably, there is probably some cannibalist barbecue somewhere in like deep, in the Appalachian mountains. Have you seen that? It's funny. We heard people rip on Appalachians. I love it. We were riffing the other day we were riffing the other day about the show, and people like to rip on people from like West Virginia and stuff.
Mountain Mama, take me home. Yeah. Oh, yeah, people loved it. There's actually a great Dolly Parton documentary by NPR.
Oh, really?
And they interview students, and they have like a whole thing about how exploited those fucking people have been, dude.
Oh, because
they're so left behind because they're white too. So like they got like exploited like crazy and like ridiculed and used over and over again by like the elite of the world,
the pharmaceutical
and
companies.
they get no fucking nothing because they're also white. So they're the most like, whoa, dude, you guys got raped and pillaged galore.
There's movies what's that movie, Wrong Turn or U-Turn, where it's like based in West Virginia, and it's just inbred people. But they're like it's like sloths from the Goonies.
That's
people.
Just like one of many exploited. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Exploited
hey,
stuff.
Crud, you get over here. We got some fresh college kids, and then it's like made in 2040.
You have to cut that out now, otherwise we're part of that. No, we're not, because we're bringing light to it.
Yeah, I am. But I'd be like, hey, you come a long way, happy kid.
Are you looking at yourself in the camera while you do that? You son of a bitch. I'm not going to let you look at this anymore.
Okay, well, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, that was a beautiful Argentinian model.
Named Maria Menounos.
Is Menounos one of the fascist dictators?
I don't know, but she's got a great laugh.
So tell us more about these roads, Ron.
All right. Well, we're right here. We're going to get right here. This is in West Virginia. Oh, no, it's Butcher of the Extreme. This is in France. Speaking of an inbred people. No, I'm just kidding. I am joking.
No, I like that. Take it off of like our Tennessee mountain home people and take it to fucking
I know. I kid. I'm making fun of the stereotypes, but
I love France, by the way.
Yeah, France is cool. I'd love to go, man. I'd love to see all the Gothic architecture. I'd love to see where Charlemagne, the god, the
I think
radio personality.
I think you go to Manhattan for that, dude. I think you go to the Sirius radio studio there, and he's hanging out.
Well, Butcher of the Extreme is in France. The author doesn't know exactly where the road is located. Nevertheless, it must be one of the most dangerous roads in existence. Of course, there are many other logging roads throughout the world, many of which are not paved, while others little more than animal trails. At any rate, if traveling on the road is an indication of what this work entails, then the men and women driving logging trucks deserve pay for hazardous work. That's for certain. That was the fucking worst detail. There's no detail at all. They just said that this road is extreme. It's the Butcher of the Extreme.
Fun. That's like when someone
sends
you an article about someone, they're like, they're awful. And then you read the article and it just continues to say like, they're awful and racist. And you're like, it just says that a bunch. You just did that for this.
Yeah, what is the
road's dangerous, you see? Like, what are the facts? The facts are in. This road's extreme. You're like, that doesn't count, man. You gotta tell me. Give me some numbers. Tell me you did some research. Maybe cite something.
Yeah, it sounds like a lame description to like a Six Flags France ride. I don't know.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's unbridled, unmatched, and extreme.
If you don't ride, you're a pussy. I remember that when I went to Six Flags last, there was a lot of those like old signs.
Yeah.
Like, hey there, wimp face. You get your ass beat if you don't go on X. Like you could tell it's totally made in like 2000.
It kind of works. It's kind of like it subconsciously makes you go like, well, I'll go do it if it's so crazy. I don't want to.
You simp bitch. You can ride the Lexington Steel. Oh yeah,
right? Yeah, that still works. You'll be like, okay, now people won't call me that like out loud because of political correctness, but my inner dialogue will make fun of me if I don't ride it. So yes, sir, like the psychology's still there. Yes, sir, I'll ride your ride, and you just walk into it.
It's Freud. You ride the ride, or you
Isn't
have
that all
sex
advertising?
with your mom.
Wasn't there? There was a great documentary that also I didn't see, but someone told me I had to see about like the New York people that actually I think I did. I listened to the audiobook. It was about like them bringing in. It's so basic. Everyone probably knows this except for me how to say it. They brought in they combined like psychology, human psychology with advertising. You have to know this, Robert. You know all of history. They brought in Fifth Avenue, I think it was, is where all the marketing stuff really started for the world. And they brought in like all human psychology, all of our needs and wants, and then basically figured out how to exploit that. The business term is leverage, how to leverage that and advertise to us and sell us all these things that we don't need by using all of our Achilles heels in our like society's minds for being a man, being a woman, being a good human, just depending on like what your culture is based on, you know? And then they just advertise to us. So that's like an example of that. It's like a man doesn't want to be a weakling. So if you threaten him with not doing it, then his only choice is to do it, and then he will be strongling.
I mean, I will even take this road in southern Peru, which comes number 14.
Take this road in southern Peru and shove it. Go.
It's in Catahusai Canyon Road.
Oh, dude.
It sounded more Egyptian, like ancient Egyptian.
Catahusai?
Yeah, Catahusai Canyon Road in southern Peru. Length unknown. Maximum depth of the canyon, 3,525 meters or 11,595 feet.
Okay, that's deep. Never mind. I shrugged my shoulders, but that's deep. I think Mammoth Mountain's like 11,000 feet tall. So
is it?
I think so. So that's pretty deep.
Wow.
What's Everest? 30,000?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a deep motherfucking gash y'all got out there.
Hey, where's Everest going to be? Is there a road in Everest that's crazy?
You're the road guy. I'm not sure why you're looking over at me like I fucking know any of this stuff. I just drive on them. Sir, I just get in the car, I go to Stater Brothers. I don't know fucking any. I probably know some roads. There's a road by my grandma in Arizona that's like really long and boring.
I don't know if that Route 66, you live right by it.
Oh yeah, Route 66, dude. Hell yeah, dude. I live in the Cars movie. It's pretty spectacular.
Where does the road go, Mr. Lightning McQueen? Where does the road go to? Where does Route 66 start and end again?
I thought of myself more as Doc, but okay. Where's the road go to? It turns into like I think it turns into the 10 freeway. No, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know a lot for a guy that should know a lot.
Well, it crosses the country, right? It goes through.
Oh yeah, dude. That was the whole beauty of it. Yeah, like if you go to Rancho Cucamonga, also founded by the Nazis. Wow, yeah, I just want you to...
Okay.
Yeah, the road goes on forever and the party never ends, dude.
I think it goes from Kabul, actually, to
Is that a segue into the next dangerous road? Also in Afghanistan.
No, this is southern Peru.
Ooh, nice, dude.
So this canyon road begins at the Pan American Highway near the city of Arequipa. A bus drive on the road takes 10 to 12 hours. The road is unpaved beyond Chuquibamba, where it's quite dangerous in places. So only four-wheel drive vehicles should be used in this bouncy and scary stretch of the road. At present, the road has not been overrun with tourists, and it's easy to find places to camp along the deadly highway. Please note that...
That doesn't sound very appealing from the Board of Tourism. Don't worry, it's easy to find places to camp along the deadly highway. You'll be fine.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Enjoy your last night on Earth under the stars in Peru for 45 minutes to 8 hours, depending on how long you can survive.
Well, I just want one of those mints that are made in Peru. You know those dinner mints, the green and black? Aren't they?
Are
Andes?
they? I don't know. I do love Peruvian.
The Andes Mountains or whatever, isn't that?
Oh, I didn't know that was Peruvian.
Is that Peruvian? I forget.
I think they're more. I mean, they're known for a lot of floral foods.
What's the Andes? Is that America?
Lucuma is like a Peruvian ice cream, one of my favorite flavors. They also are big on
coffee,
cacao leaves. Oh yeah, for sure.
Chocolate,
coffee, chocolate, cacao. But there's what's the cocaine? Coca leaves. My brother was in Peru and he said the coca leaf situation is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's where like Ghirardelli, I think.
Oh yeah, dude. Anywhere where we can exploit farmers and land, you get good chocolate. That's why they started fair trade chocolate, which is what you should try to buy.
Yeah,
I do. I try to buy it, but you know.
Wow, fair trade chocolate. There is like some like organic.
Oh yeah, it's not even about organic. It's about fair trade. It's about not. Oh, you know, it's hard for me to know that you're being sarcastic, and I'm getting serious now.
No, because people don't know about that
podcast.
We did a episode on coffee bean, and it was really fascinating to hear about like the process of coffee, and we did a Ghirardelli episode too for California's Foodland.
That's rad.
And it's pretty wild because you think about how relatively new like milk chocolate is to like Western society. Like,
hey, scoot a little forward so that you're in focus still.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, Western meaning, you know, the Europeans that came, whatever, the Americas.
Yeah.
Like South America, it's been there forever, but like Europeans and stuff would take the chocolate. But you're saying it's kind of like what is the uncaged chicken type situation where you want to feel better about it? Like it's not like it's.
I mean, it's hard to
gun to their head. And
it's hard to even tell if you're doing anything good. But I would say erring on the side of caution. Yeah, you try to buy fair trade chocolate if you can. Honestly. It's so simple nowadays. They've gotten the NGOs that do that kind of stuff. They've gotten people to work together and sign on to these things. And are things going to slip through the cracks like with organic and free range? Yeah, but it doesn't mean you should be like, I think there's like that anti-propaganda that came out during like the smoking era where they're like, it's all fake, so don't even care. You're like, okay, I don't think that's a good approach either, you know? So I would still, I mean, I sound like I'm on a high horse made out of chocolate right now. Can you imagine that in the summertime? Just like melting chocolate, a giant horse.
Oh, now I just want chocolate really bad.
Just sitting on top of a giant, like one of those, like those giant Budweiser horses, but it's made out of chocolate. But you're in the summer for like a photo shoot. You're like, they're like melting. They're like, sit up a little straighter and you're like, your pant legs are just like stuck to it, all covered in like melted chocolate. You're like, why am I doing this? How did that come out of my head? I don't know.
God,
Scott, scoot a little forward so we stay in focus. We don't have a Jamie behind here to do the thing. We should try to get my dad to do it, but my dad would. My dad would be a hilarious guy to have in the studio. But
I think we should have
that'd be a lot of pressure because we do this every week, and we can't ask.
Well, we will have to.
He come into town. He lives 2 hours away. Like, can you come into town just to do this real quick?
Wait, does he live 2 hours away?
Yeah, dude. They're all the way out in the desert where parents should be.
Oh man.
If your parents live close or you live close, like someone's got to get 2 hours away. Just a side note. This is what do they call it? Life hack?
Yeah,
someone's got to get 2 hours away.
Yeah, just shove them in the desert. I feel like that's where a lot of older folks are going.
My dad can stay here, but you got to get your mom like 2 hours away. My dad can be here all the time. My dad would be fun.
Dude, I want a chocolate now. I'm just hungry for chocolate.
Sponsored by Jim's Chocolate Horses.
We've gone through this list so far pretty well, but I think we need to save the George Takei Road, whatever this is called, for next time in Taiwan. But yeah, holy crap. So Butcher of the Extreme, if you know anything about that, please let us know in the comments if you've been to France and you're familiar with this like folklore of Butcher of the Extreme. But every Wednesday night, me and Johnny are rocking and rolling here at Barney's Beanery in Pasadena, California. So if you're a Joe Piscopo, if you're a nobody, we want you there.
A Joe Pisca nobody? Take your meds, Steve. Take them on camera.